Hey, in this video I'll explain what active job continuations is in detail. So this was added to Rails recently and it's a pretty cool addition. So first let's understand what active job continuations is, and then we'll go through an example step by step to understand it in a clear manner. So this example is taken from the original PR itself, and I'd recommend going through the whole PR description because Donald has done a nice job in explaining the whole thing. So yeah, it's very detailed and it's nicely written. So first let's understand what active job continuations is, and then we'll move on to the example. So active job continuations allow us to describe jobs in an interruptible manner. That means we can break down individual jobs into steps with checkpoints, allowing safe interruption and resumption. So consider we have a long running job. So this is a scenario where we don't use active job continuation. So this is a plain active job example, and yeah. So this is a long running job. So we have a sequence of time consuming steps, and let's say this job is getting executed. So in the middle of the execution, let's say we receive an interrupt. So this interrupt can be due to a restart. What happens is all the progress we made till the interrupt is lost because we'll have to retry the whole job again because it didn't get completed. So this is a wastage of effort. So this is duplicated effort and a wastage of system resources. So this is an all or nothing completion model, and in such scenarios is where active job continuations is handy. So let's understand what an interrupt is, and then we'll go through the example. So there are two types of kill signals in Unix. One is sick term and one is sick kill. So sick term means it's graceful termination, and when it's sick kill, it means immediate exit. So if the signal is sick term, we have a grace period of around 30 seconds for the process to wind up, whereas in case of sick kill, it's immediate exit. So active job continuations is only valid if the signal is sick term. So this signal can be invoked when the process restarting and in similar scenarios. So yeah, people familiar with Heroku might be familiar with the restarts that occur every 24 seconds. So that's one example. And yeah, if you're deploying frequently, then there might be frequent restarts. So in such scenarios, if you have a long running job running, that means trouble, because the same thing, if there's an interrupt, we'll have to repeat the job again. So in such scenarios, we have to make use of active job continuations, split up the long running job into individual steps, so that even if there's an interrupt, we can start over from where we left off. So yeah, we'll see the example and then it'll be much more clearer. Yeah, so okay, so this example is taken from the PR, and yeah, to make use of active job continuations, we had to include active job continuable, and yeah, we'll go through the perform method. Yeah, for this example, if anything is defined outside, that means not defined within the step block, that will get executed all the time. So even this will be much clearer if I go through the code line by line. So let's say the job starts, then load import. That means we are finding the record. Next step is validate. So we are validated, and the next step is process records. So here we have a find each, and we are looping through the records and incrementing the cursor. So let's say first we have the process, we are processing the record number 1. So we have processed the record and we are advancing the cursor to the next record. That means the cursor is 2 now. So we are in the next iteration we are processing record number 2, and forgot to mention that each cursor increment is a checkpoint. So we are saving the progress when we advance the cursor. Now cursor is 3 and we are processing the record 3 and then increasing the cursor to the next value, that is now it is 4. So one thing to mention is that after each step there is an automatic checkpoint. So after validate is executed, we have automatic checkpoint, and if the job is interrupted now, what happens is this will not execute again, validate will not execute again, although this import.find will execute because it's outside the step block. So after each checkpoint, what happens is we check whether the queue adapter is stopping. So at a checkpoint the job will call queue adapter.stopping. So queue adapter is sidekick in our case, and if it returns true, then this interrupt is raised and we'll retry the job. But the catch is that in the next time the job execute, we'll have saved progress. So this is done by storing the serialized data in Redis. Redis because we're using sidekick, and yes, the serialized data will look something like this. So this will be the job class, the normal sidekick stuff, job ID, provider job ID, queue name. This is the important part. So we'll have an additional key named continuation, and under the completed key we'll have the values of which all steps got completed. So validate is already completed and checkpointed, and current is process records and the cursor, that is 4. So the next time the job is enqueued, that means the job is the next time the job is invoked, we'll have the cursor pointing at 4, and then we can start from that point. We needn't start from the beginning. So that's how it works for then process 5, complete records, and all these steps. Similarly, that's the case with reprocess records step as well. So just to summarize, after each step there is a checkpoint, and when we call .advance there is another checkpoint. So the other methods are set, advance, and checkpoint. So all this has been explained properly here. So that's all about active job continuations. Thank you.